welcome to a video that I haven't done in like a year. It's a tag video! Yay! The tag is the Bookish Theater Tag, and it was created by Julia from Novel Noise, and I will link her channel and her video down below in the About section. She is the original creator, so I'm so excited to do this, and I definitely recommend you checking out her video because she will like lip sync the stuff, and I don't know actually probably half of these musicals, but I liked the questions, so here I am doing it. The first musical is Spring Awakening with a category of favorite translated book. For me, honestly, some of my favorite translated books are things like the Aeneid and the Odyssey because I took Latin for 6 years, so that's fun. However, I think one of my favorite translated books is Inferno by Dante. And I'm not even going to try to pronounce his last name because I don't remember how to do it and I don't want to butcher it. But I really loved this journey that Dante takes us on and gives us a completely different aspect of, you know, what it's like to be in purgatory and hell and the 7 layers of hell. And I just think that each of them are just really interesting, and I would recommend that to people. It doesn't matter really if you're religious or not. It's just something that I think is just really interesting to think about and to read about. The next musical is Into the Woods. With this musical comes the category of favorite fairy tale retelling, and there are definitely a lot of them out there, and I was torn between Cinder and this series, but I decided to go with this series instead, and that is the Splintered series. I just really liked the really twisted take of Alice in Wonderland, and it just really made it its completely own retelling, and I really enjoyed it, so that is my favorite fairy tale retelling. The next musical is Beauty and the Beast. So with this comes the category and the question of what was your favorite childhood book? Probably could have chosen a few different ones, right? But I think the first one that came to my head is the first one I have to stick with, and that would be The Big Red Barn. It's a very small child's book, but I love animals, and so therefore when I was younger, this book was perfection. Wicked is the next musical with the category of Best Character Development. So with this, I really had to think about what my favorite character development was, and there was definitely a lot of them that were very close, and then I came across Warm Bodies by Isaac Marion, and I just really love this character development because the main character R is a zombie, and it's really interesting to be inside his head, and I really loved it, and I think that everyone should read that book. Everyone should see the movie because the movie and the book are similar but very different at the same time, and see the play Wicked. So this is an all-around happy category. This musical is Phantom of the Opera, and so for this comes the book category of what is your least favorite love triangle. So the book that I've decided to fit into this category is The Madman's Daughter series by Megan Shepherd, and as much as I really enjoy this book series, it's just really phenomenal, but I really did not like the love triangle because I didn't like any of them. I think that they made her more weak, and I thought that she was a very strong, independent character, and girl, you don't need no man. The next musical is Rent. For this musical comes the book category of what is your favorite book group of friends? And so for this one, I have to say The Mortal Instruments by Cassandra Clare, because everyone, you just get to know the friend group so well and so intimately, and they all just really bounce off of each other really well, and so that is my favorite friend group. The West Side Story is the next musical with the category of your favorite book spin-off or adaptation, and so for this one I am going to have to say The Infernal Devices, also by Cassandra Clare. So that's just the spin-off of The Mortal Instruments, and I actually like The Infernal Devices more than The Mortal Instruments. So I am in love with that, and that's why I picked this, because I think it really does justice of keeping the same Shadowhunter world but having a different story, and her writing was just so much better, and it was just wonderful and great, and so yes. Les Mis is the next musical with the category of your most tragic death. For me, I decided to pick the book that had the, I think, really first traumatic death of a reading experience, and for me that would have to be the deaths in Where the Red Fern Grows, because guys, if you haven't read that book and you haven't shed a tear, you are heartless creatures, and I don't know how you're surviving in life being so cold-hearted. But that was one of the first deaths that I absolutely just bawled my little 9-year-old heart out, man. It was emotional. The next musical is Aida, and with it comes the bookish classification of star-crossed lovers. So who are your favorite star-crossed lovers, Paige? Well, the first one that came to mind, and definitely my favorite star-crossed lovers, would have to be Gemma and Kartik from A Great and Terrible Beauty series by Libba Bray. And I freaking love Libba Bray in general, and then this, oh, it was just so good, and it's still so good. And last but not least, this musical is Hamilton, with the book category of what book made you love the series. While I read a lot of fantasy and contemporary related books, this author was one that really opened my eyes to a different category, and I really want to start reading this genre again because I just haven't in a while, because I just freaking consumed all of it that I could, and then I needed like a 8-year break from it. So for this one, I am going to have to say Murder on the Orient Express by Agatha Christie. I read this book when I was maybe 14 or so, and I just freaking adored it and loved it, and I always went to the bookstore and I always went and found Agatha Christie books because it was just amazing. So that is it for today. I don't know who I'm going to tag yet, but those should be down below in the About section if you want to see who I tagged, maybe see if they do the tag or not. And if you have any books that came to mind when talking about this tag and these categories and these musicals, please comment down below in the About section and we can talk about them. If you like my videos, please subscribe to my channel. You can also follow me on Goodreads, Instagram, and Twitter, and again, all those links are down below in the About section. So that is it for today, and I'll see you guys next time with another video. Bye! Hello and welcome to Bring It On Books for May. There are books that I'm really excited to come out this month, and I can't wait for you guys to be excited, hopefully with me.